G'day folks, this afternoon I'm going fishing for redfin at Lake William Hovell, and I'm going to be fishing from my new vessel, and I'm excited. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Righto, what new vessel have I got? Check this out. This is a fiberglass canoe. A Canadian Sunseeker or something similar, but it's a kind of a small one. I bought this recently off Facebook Marketplace from a lovely couple in Benalla. It's fiberglass, it's got seats, it's got storage capacity, and this is its maiden voyage. I'll load my gear in it and show you what I'm going to take, and then as I'm fishing I'll explain why I'm using this. Righto, now I'm loaded up, ready to go. Now before I start, I just want to say that this is not designed to replace my awesome black Safari H2O Murray. I love that kayak. I have bought this for a certain reason and I'll go into that shortly. But first of all, I'm travelling very light. I've got a life jacket which I'll put around my waist. I've got a thin cushion. This has moulded seating, but when I bought this I picked it up from Benalla. On the way home I put it on the winter wetlands and paddled for a little while, and the first thing I thought was I need a cushion, maybe even two. This is the fishing gear that I'm taking. This is how light I'm travelling. I've got my phone, asthma puffer, spare camera batteries, a small pocket knife, keys, 2 packets of soft plastics and 2 packets of jig heads, and that's it. And a spinner, a French touch tackle spinner, because that was already on my rod when I finished fishing last time. Paddle, esky bag with some ice bricks and drinks. Hopefully I get a couple of redfin to put in there, a small landing net. Another paddle, a T-end paddle, or an oar, or whatever you call it. And up there, that's a bag full of sand. It's a big JB Hi-Fi bag, and it probably weighs 15 or 20 kilograms. And I've pushed that right up the front just to try and keep the front of the canoe down. Now, typically, canoes are paddled with these types of paddles. And if I had two people, if I had somebody up the front, I would probably use them. But because I'm on my own, I'm going to be paddling with a double-ended paddle, with my kayak paddle, so that I don't have to keep going left, right, and dripping water into the canoe each time. If this paddle doesn't work, well, I'll use that one up there. That's why I'm taking it with me. But anyway, I'll start with the double-ended paddle. Now, the reason I bought this, I bought it in case somebody wants to come out with me. I can put somebody in the front. Extended trips, if I want to go camping, if I want to put it on the Ovens River, pack heaps of fishing gear and paddle downstream to somewhere remote, pull up on the bank and light a fire and go fishing, I've got this for that. Or even cray fishing even, well, I've got this for that. But the main reasons that I want this, in winter I love my Safari H2O Murray kayak, but in winter water comes up through the scuppers and I get a wet bum. At the moment I'm standing here, I'm covered in mud and I've got wet feet, and that's okay. But if I want to come up here in July or June or August when it's really cold, I want to wear my bogs, walk out into the water and keep my feet dry, then get in and stay dry. I'll keep my bum dry on there. In my kayak, it's a very, very wet ride at all times. So this is to keep dry. So I've got a vessel to fish from in the winter months. And also if somebody else wants to come with me, they can sit up the front. And like I said, I might use it for more longer tours. It's a lot heavier and a lot more cumbersome to move around than what my kayak is. I've got this for a purpose, but for the majority of times, particularly on the rivers, my Safari H2O Murray is the boat that I'll be using. Anyway, that's what I've got, why I've got it, how I've got it set up. Let's go out on its maiden voyage and see if we can catch a redfin. Right, I'm on the water. It's sitting lower in the front now than what it was when I took it out on the winter wetlands, thanks to that sandbag. Although I do think a second sandbag would be a good idea. They seem to be bobbing up and down a lot as I paddle. Right, it's time to start fishing. I'm going to start off with this Strike Tiger soft plastic. It's the 3-inch minnow in orange spawn colour. I'm using a 1/8 ounce jig head with a size 2 hook. Now that's quite a heavy jig head. But I've chosen that so that I've got casting distance, and also so that it sinks reasonably quickly. Look at all them snags down there. The water's so clear. There's a lure stuck on that one by the looks of it. There is too. I can see a lure there. Got him. I thought I felt something hitting that then. When I cast out, I thought I felt something tapping that. Gee, it's tiny. I've got my esky here to keep her feed a fish, but that's not going to be one of them. I wonder if there's any more down there. Just lower that down and just bob it around a bit, maybe. I thought when I cast out, I thought it felt like something tapped that. And then again, another one. Oh, they're tiny. Well, I found a few small ones. Gee, he's engulfed that minnow. He's only got the hook in his mouth, though. I'm on the board with a daily double. Got him. Oh, I've done him. I thought something was hitting that as it was sinking then. What's that's happened now? I'll just dangle it down there a bit. Got him. Oh, I've done him again. Let it sink down again, and what I've done, I just bobbing it, got him. Oh, got a good one here. Might have my first keeper. I have got a keeper. In the words of my dad, it's a bloody keeper, all right. You beauty. He's not a huge fish, but he's certainly big enough for me to get a fillet off, and that makes me happy. Redfin number 1 in the esky. If I can get even 3 or 4 that size, that'll do me. That'll make me happy. Someone tapped that then. Got him. I felt him tapping it. He didn't hook up, so I paused it and let it sink, and he hit it as it was sinking. Go on. See you later, mate. Having a blast. I can hear whistling kites. Not whistling kites. Sea eagles. Got him. Just going to say something hitting that. Gee, it's small. Can't even feel it fighting. It's coming in like a weight. Now it's pulling. Oh, might be bigger than I thought. Maybe it was swimming towards me. Look at that. It is bigger than I thought. Not quite big enough. Second biggest fish of the day. I could almost get a fillet off it, but I won't worry about it because I reckon I'm going to get better. I thought it was actually quite a bit smaller than that. I think it must have been swimming towards me as I was reeling it in. Oh, what the hell? I hope I can find that. I cast that and it snapped off, but I saw where it landed. It landed just there. Can I see it? Yes, I can see it. Look at that. I can see it, but can I get to it? I'm gonna get it. Got my fingers on it. I got it. Beautiful. Oh, what happened there? Got him. Only a little one, this one. Putting up a great fight. Bum, bum, bum. Another one bites the dust. Another one spikes my hand. When redfin spike you in the palm of your hand with those top fin, apart from you just giving you a little bit of a prick in the finger and making you go, ow! They don't actually cause any harm. They just make you very itchy. In saying that, there probably is the 0.00001% of population that will have an allergic reaction to it. But for most of us, it just makes us itchy. It's an injection of itchiness. Got him. Oh, tiny. Go on. Get the lure straight back out. There's not a second to lose. Oh, touch it, take it. Got him. Oh no, this is a big one. I think it's that tree. Gee, I love fishing these 3-inch soft plastic minnows. They are the bomb.com. The strike is different. The redfin don't whack them. You know, when you're using a nymph, you get like a whack, like a strike. That doesn't happen with these. They sort of inhale it rather than strike it, and it's often a slower, sort of a gradual pull on the line. Just got a fish jump clear out of the water down there. Got him. The one that I saw, oh wow, there's about 20 fish following that in then, all about the same size. The one I saw jumping was bigger than this. There are carp in here, so it could have been a carp. See you later, mate. Got him. Really, really, really little one, is it? Oh no, he's just swimming towards me. Same as the last one earlier. I don't think it's going to be big enough to keep, but it's bigger than I first thought it was. About the same size as the last one that done the same thing. Well, I'm nearly tempted to keep that just because I might not get a partner for the other one. I can certainly fillet it, but they'll be small fillets. Oh, no, I'm going to keep trying. I can do better. I can do better. I just know I can. Got him. It's quite a bit shallower up here than where I was just back there. Oh, I might nearly keep this one, I reckon. I don't know, they seem to be the biggest ones I'm getting. He'll do. He's not as big as the one I kept, but the same size as the one I threw back just before. Look, he's not a big fish, but I reckon I can fillet that pretty quickly. One thing about these small fish, when you fillet them, you whip the fillets off them in. It'll probably only take me 2 minutes to fillet both those fish. Just go quick, 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 and they're done. Got him. Little one. Tidal. It's a small, small one. Go on. Got him. And your little fella. Didn't even get him anyway. These soft plastic's starting to get pulled down. Every fish I've caught today so far has been caught on the same plastic. After a while they start to wear out. One good thing about these minnows is that their tails don't get bitten off all that often. It's pretty rare. Got him. Could be a slightly bigger one if I'm lucky, but it might just feel like that because it's a fair way out. Yeah, I think that's the case. Got off. Oh, there's the sea eagle. I've got to catch a fish. I heard it before I saw it. That is so cool. Oh, I've got to catch another fish. I really hope he just stays there while I paddle under him. Got him, got him. Don't lose him. Yes, for the sea eagle. You beauty. I'm going to change the resolution so that I can crop into the video and then throw this on the water while I'm shooting at 4K. Look, it's right beside me, look. He took that redfin that wouldn't be 5 metres from my kayak. It's right next to my kayak. That is so awesome. I love that. That was next level amazing. I stuffed the throw up when I threw the redfin. It's hard to throw from a kayak or a canoe because if you just throw like you normally would, you'll tip the whole canoe over. You sort of got to throw without twisting your body or moving your shoulders. And I only went about 5 or 6 metres, and I thought I'll have to paddle away and leave it out in the open, but I didn't have to. The eagle just came and grabbed it. Gee, Loretta's going to be so jealous when she sees that. Every time we go out and catch carp and redfin to try and we throw them on the water so Loretta can get a photo of them, then they never turn up. Then I go out on my own and they just about eat out of my hand. He hit it then. As soon as it sank, something pulled line. Yeah, he hit it again then too. Must be a real small fish. He's back. I heard him coming before I saw him. You want another one, mate? You want another fish? I'll do the best I can. I'm so keen to feed this sea eagle that I'm going to give it one of the redfin that I've kept. I have this one, that's the smaller of the two. I'll change angles and change camera settings. Here we go. That is so awesome. I filmed that scene at 4K 60 so that I can crop in and slow down. That just goes to show how much I love feeding the sea eagles. I've only got 2 redfin to take home so far, and I gave one of them to the sea eagle. So now I'm down to 1. It wasn't a huge fish. Well folks, I've been on the water for about an hour and a half and everything's going well. I'm loving that everything is dry. There's no water in the canoe apart from a little bit that was already in there after the rain last night. I tipped most of it out, but you can never get it all out. Other than that, I'm going well, but I am starting to get a bit stiff now, getting a bit of a numb bum. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here, get out, have a stretch and a walk around, and then I'm going to go over there to a bay that I've done well in the past and fish over there for a bit. Now I'll climb out on the starboard side. Ah, good. That's another test passed. Before I go back out on the water, I'll just run through a few of my findings so far. Right, I've pulled up on the bank here and so far everything's going really well. Things that are working, the double-ended paddle is making it a breeze to paddle this canoe. The sand up the front is great. The only thing I'm not really happy with is the comfort. I'm not as comfortable as I'd like to be. In saying that, I just sat in here for an hour and a half and I was going okay. No more uncomfortable than my kayak. I'd like this to be wider. I'm overweight. That's probably my fault. For most people that wouldn't be a problem. If you look at it from this angle, you'll see the front seat is much wider than the back seat. And yet typically in canoes, the heaviest person sits at the back. So if the back seat was as wide as the front seat, that'd be great. But obviously it can't be. I would like that to be a bit higher. I'd rather have a couple of inches up and a little bit lower for my legs. But bear in mind that the higher you sit, the more unstable the canoe becomes. You raise your centre of gravity and you make things a bit more unstable. So they've got to, when they design canoes, they've got to find a sweet spot where lifting the seat up a little bit off the floor, but not so much that it destroys the stability of the canoe. The canoe, as I've paddled quite a lot of canoes in my time, I used to have a really big long green one, it was a ripper. As far as canoes go, this is probably the easiest one I've ever paddled. It paddles like a kayak, it's a breeze to paddle. I would happily surrender width for speed and ease of paddling. In other words, a bit more width will make it a bit more stable, but it'll also make it harder to turn and slower to paddle. I'd rather have it a little bit slower and a little bit harder to turn and gain that little bit of extra stability if that meant that I could bring the seat up a little bit. I definitely need to put something in here next time. That's my probably my biggest complaint, but thankfully there is an easy fix. I need my feet to push up against something. When I put pressure down, when I put pressure down with my feet, it takes a lot off the muscles in my legs. So I'm sort of balancing in a sense. That stops me balancing and helps me to get more comfortable. I definitely need something there to rest my feet against. And what I'm going to do, next time I come on, when I get home, I'm going to put my white esky, my white ice chest or whatever you call it in there, and see if that helps. And if it doesn't, I'll put something behind it and then bring it closer to me. I think I'll be able to fix that problem pretty easily. But for now, I love it. I reckon it's a great canoe. It's an absolute ripper. It's just small enough that I can handle it on my own and get it up and down off the roof racks, no worries at all. And yet it's big enough to still have heaps of carrying space. Now, up on the way over, I sat on this cushion. What I might do now is put the cushion at my back and sit there. That'll make me sit lower, but it might be a little bit more comfortable on my back because that was digging into my back there a little bit. But folks, that's what this trip's about. This trip is about, it's a canoe reconnaissance. It's about finding what works best and developing a system for using this canoe. And it's working very well. I just fished for a solid hour and a half. I caught a dozen or more redfin. I fed the sea eagle, and I've still got a fair bit more in me yet. So I'm going to go up now, fish around the corner, then fish my way back to the car. While paddling up here now, I've just realised another really cool thing about this canoe is that I can just rest my right against the corner here if I want to go bait fishing. I like the fact that my rod's on that angle. Bait fishing's always a little bit tricky out of the kayak, but I reckon it'll be a lot easier out of the canoe. I can have a bucket of yabbies and a tackle box and an esky there. Definitely going to be doing that soon. Could probably even get some kind of an anchor and just tie the rope around here and just lower it down the side. Although that will bring a lot of water into the canoe. Hope that's not thunder that I can hear. Wouldn't be the first time I've been caught up here in a savage storm. It'd be about the 431st. Again? Far out, what's wrong with me? It's the second time today I've done that. Well, the Bay of Plenty was today the Bay of Nothing. Listen to this sound. You ready? Wait for it. The sound of silence. It is so quiet here. I can hear a weeny little creek in the gully over there, and I can hear the birds all around the lake because there's no other noises. It's just dead quiet. Here comes the big sea eagle again. He must have followed me over to that other bay. Didn't see a single fish in that bay. Look, he's waiting for me to catch him another fish. Sure of it. Hopefully I don't keep him waiting too long. Got him. Good. Got a fishy here for the sea eagle. Feels like a good size too. Not too big, not too small. Right, perfect. Perfect for the sea eagle. Because he's just in that tree behind me and he's waiting for this. I'm going to try and film this with my phone at 4K, 60 frames a second. That might be a bit too close. Come on, there are fishes on the water. I don't know if I'm just a little bit too close to that sea eagle or whether he's just full. I was closer before, unless it's a different bird. That might have been a younger one or something maybe. I don't know. I got all my camera gear and everything set up for him, he never come down. Well, I caught a redfin and gave it to that sea eagle, but didn't want it. That's funny. That's so funny. Oh, I just grabbed it now. Cheeky bugger. Look at that sea eagle, he's just grabbed that fish. I fed it and it didn't want it, so I paddled away, and as soon as I gave up on it and stopped looking, he came and grabbed it. Cheeky eagle. If that eagle was sick, well, the authorities would have to fine him because it'd be illegal. reckon I need to be over a bit closer to the bank. Got him. Just about to say, I reckon I need to be a bit closer to the bank because I'm casting over towards the bank and most of the fish I'm hooking are near the bank, the size of him. And then as I get out here, bring the lure in closer to the canoe, I'm probably in 20 feet of water or more. Paddle over a bit closer. Got him. Come on, give me a bigger one for the esky. Give me one to replace the one that I fed the sea eagle with. Not quite. Probably only about a centimetre difference. Oh, there's fish on there. Well, this one might be a bigger one if I'm lucky. This one might go in the esky and replace the one that I fed to the sea eagle. Just feels a bit heavier. Yes, 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 yes. Good fish. That'll do. Beautiful. I'm back to having 2 in the esky. Not a big fish, but I'll get a fillet off it. What I'll do with these fish is I'll fillet them, and then I'll just breadcrumb them, then fry them in a bit of butter. Got him. Tiny weeny one right into the canoe. I was miles away then. See you later, mate. I was actually just thinking about my deeper fish finder and how easy it would be to use the flexible arm out of this canoe. Alright. An old reindeer fish. Oh, had a touch. And again, got him. Bit more resistance this one. Oh yeah, he's nearly been. I might put him in the bag as well actually. I might, as much as I want to give it to the sea eagle, he's already had one of my take home fish. I'll put him in the keeper bag. That's a fish. Got him. It's only small. Sea eagle up there in the tree. I'm not going to worry about changing camera settings or anything because last time I... Sorry, mate. I'll let that one go. I'll have to try and catch another one. Got him. Right, let's see if I can give this one to that sea eagle. The last one done a runner, done a swimmer. All right. You want this one, mate? Here it comes, look. There you go, mate. Is he going to come and grab it? Yep. I love that. I reckon that eagle sees me pull up and says, "Beauty, that's Robbie Alexander. Guaranteed a feed of redfin for lunch." Oh, you're back, mate. You want another one? Got him. And I can hear a sea eagle in the tree above me. It's quite a nice size redfin. What are you doing up there, mate? You're renovating. Right, he's going to love these. I don't know where it is, but it made a hell of a racket when it landed. There it is, I can see him. Ready? There you go. The bird landed up there and a dirty great branch fell down. I'm not going to sit here all day and wait for you, mate. You've given me a really good show today. So the redfin's down there on the water. The sea eagle's up there in the tree. Right, I'm going to keep fishing. I'll hear it. I'll hear it. Oh, there's another one. I didn't see that one. There's 2. One each side of me. Now I know why it's eating so many redfin. I'm feeding 2 different birds. You two should go in a look-alike competition. To when the eagle rocked. Whoa. Got him. Oh, please be a nicer one. Oh, at first I thought he was, but I don't now. I think he's had a bit of energy. Really big enough to get a fillet off. He's a bit bigger, but no, I'll put him back. Go and grow, and I'll see you in a couple of years. I saw a lure, oh, there it is. Just going to say, I reckon I saw a lure on this log before when I trawled past. I can see it there now. It's on that branch there. I've got the line that it's on. Got it. What have we got here? A red and white diver of some kind. Don't know what it is. Not labelled. I think it's some kind of a cheap lure, I think. Alright. I'll stick it in the box. This is a camera box, but it's quite handy because I can just put lures up there on the inside of the lid. I should put it on and go trolling with it. Well, folks, you wouldn't read about it. I just caught 2 fish that you didn't get to see. The first one was about that long, and I threw it on the water over there for the sea eagle who's just sitting up there in that tree. The sea eagle didn't want it, so it's just floating over there dead. Then the second one was the biggest fish of the day. Not a monster fish, but a nice enough fish to keep. Similar to the first one that I kept. Certainly not a big enough fish to brag about. But certainly it's big enough that I can get a fillet off it. And there's one there now. I watched him chase that out there then, and I stopped it and let it sink and rise a bit. Gone. I wish I had $1 for every time I'd done that. Go to hit stop and then it starts recording. You have got to be joking. Why do I always get caught in the rain? I wish I had $1 for every time I went fishing and got caught in the rain. Yay! I'm going to tie on this red and white lure that I found and see if I can trawl a fish before I leave. Although if it doesn't stop raining, I'll probably leave as soon as I tie the lure on. Righto, sitting here in the rain, trying to tie a loop knot on without my glasses, trying to tie a loop knot without my glasses on. How's this going to go? Is it going to dive? I think it's a cheap sort of Kmart or Big W lure. Yeah, we'll give it a crack and see how it goes. It's easing off. In my kayak, if it rains, the water drains out of the kayak through the holes in the bottom called scuppers in the canoe that just sits in the canoe. I just heard a clap of thunder. I wouldn't mind betting there's a bit of a line of storms building. I might be out of here pretty soon, I think. That's the sea eagles that you can hear making that noise. I think those sea eagles are... Oh, a big flash of lightning there then. Be thunder in a second. That was so awesome how that thunder echoed right across the lake. You could hear it echoing. That was so cool. I'm going to have to bail shortly though, or I'm going to cop it, I think, because it's coming from that way and that's where I saw the lightning. Wait for the thunder. I just saw a bright flash of lightning. I think I'd better turn around and start making my way back. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? It's getting a bit dangerous. Folks, I've had to abort this mission because the storm's getting very close, the lightning's getting closer, the thunder's getting louder. I know there was a lot of talking in this video, but I hope you found it informative as I explained the pros and cons of a canoe over a kayak and the things that I need to do to make this a little bit more comfortable. Anyhow folks, it's about to bucket down. There's going to be more thunder and lightning. I'm out of here. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Am I glad I got off when I did. I tied that canoe on the roof like a man possessed, and now I'm dry. I've been caught out so many times up here, but I still love the place.